the size of that thing.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the 7th edition of Red 2 Chatter. We're catching up with the main movies now.
Right.
In our episodes.
We're to the Force Awakens level.
Yeah. I'm your host, Dallin, and I have my two co-hosts and brothers, as always, with me, Jay and Ryan.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
And we don't have that much news today, but we'll get through it.
Kind of a slow week.
Yeah, slow week.
Star Wars week.
Slow week for Star Wars.
It really picked up towards the beginning of this week, though.
Yeah.
Like, most of the stuff that we're going to talk about happened within the last 2 days.
Okay. Alright. So, Snoke gets his own personal bodyguards, and they seem to have a similar feel to the Emperor's Royal Guard. So, personally, for me, what my thoughts on that is, they're trying to make him a bit too much like the Emperor.
Yeah, don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And, you know, it's gonna of course bring up the problems that,
Force Awakens
had with just like kind of copy pasting. Do they have a picture? Oh yeah, they do. Okay, ad closed.
It's definite concept art.
That is interesting.
It's interesting, but it's just too much Imperial Royal Guard Emperor stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I'd rather them have gone a totally different direction with and not have any bodyguard. Why does he have to have bodyguards? He doesn't need them. You don't even know who he is or where he is.
You don't know if he's in a real position of power. You know,
he could just be. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's way too much mirroring the original movies.
Yeah,
and it's getting too similar, and it's basically almost like you're just rehashing.
The only way I find it to be an okay move is if Snoke is such like an Emperor fanboy, like. He just wants to be so much like Palpatine.
He's like, he wants to be a
copycat.
He's emulating him?
Like, just emulating him to sort of be that person, like, have the same, presence,
Okay.
I can
maybe I can
understand
see that.
if they kind of go into that side of it. But you're right. Just on looking at this concept art, that's too on the nose. I mean, it's red even. Do they have to be red?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
no, okay, but one thing is, if you're going to do this, make them fight. That's one thing I always hated about the Imperial Royal Guards. What the hell did they guard? They never guarded either. They just stood around.
And then when Luke comes in, they walk out of the room.
The Emperor tells them to, but still.
Yeah, but like, nice bodyguards you got there.
But where were they when Vader started lifting the Emperor?
Exactly.
Just over his head and thrown him into a pit. Yeah, nowhere to be found.
And if the Emperor is all powerful, he really doesn't need bodyguards. But it was just a status symbol, really.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he actually needs these guys because he doesn't have any real abilities.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. And, I mean, it looks like they might be not human. Or, like, it looks like they might be just droids.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with that concept art.
With that armor.
So maybe like a mix between Grievous's guards and...
Definitely more medieval looking, though.
Yes.
You notice that. That's definitely more medieval looking armor than...
They got those, like, kind of Chinese spears. Yeah, like, I forget what those are called.
Very, like, samurai looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy...
And medieval, knight
sort of a mix,
looking with, mix of the two.
Yeah. Okay, there's nothing else on that website except for that. But that's interesting.
Yeah, that's
very interesting.
Like I said, we'll just have to see what happens and how they sort of fit it in.
Yeah.
As to whether it will be acceptable or not acceptable.
It does bug me, though.
Yeah, it does bug me a little bit, too. I mean, we'll see how they do it, and maybe it'll be fine, but it's starting to, feel a lot like a Return of the Jedi type looking...
Yeah.
Where he's... I don't know. Just too much Emperor mirroring.
Right, I guess it's a wait-and-see type thing.
Yeah. Yep. So that is all the news from around the galaxy that we had for this week. So now we're just going to go straight into Tashi Toy Box. Most of this episode is going to be extra chatter and just, talking about whatever. So Tashi Toy Box, we got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Funko Pop figures that have been revealed, and we get ourselves the first look of the Snoke collectible. So we just go into there. So we got Bodhi.
These are all the Comic-Con exclusives?
Yeah, these are all for San Diego
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Okay.
So just like they were at
Celebration.
Celebration. Okay. Probably have to go through the lottery system. Probably have to stand in line.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
To get them.
Nah, I like Bodhi.
Yeah,
I like that one.
I do like Bodhi.
He's a great character in Rogue One.
Yeah, he is. Then we got the Combat Assault Tank Trooper.
But you barely even see him before he gets blown up.
I like the way he looks, though.
He does look pretty cool. He's almost like a combo between the First Order Trooper and the Flame Trooper.
Yeah.
You know, like a morph of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, the helmet design.
Yeah, the helmet design.
Then we got Snoke here.
Okay, so it's Snoke on his little
chair.
Hologram
Snoke.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. I like the detail to his face that they did.
Where he's got all
the
the
scars. Well, I gotta wonder where he got those scars from. And then we got R2-D2 and Leia as like a double pack.
Leia is as the hologram from A New Hope.
From A New Hope, yeah.
And R2-D2.
Please help save me.
Out of all of them, that's probably the one I'd want most. I would want all four.
Yeah, so would I.
But
I regret now that when we were down there, just because we got in line, I should have just got all. We had one person that was able to get in line. We should have just told them to get the whole, all of the Funko Pops. They wouldn't let them. It's one per customer. But at least get all of them, and then we could have just split them up from there. But we didn't. We just got one each. Just by a mistake, but whatever.
I left something for somebody else.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't greedy.
Yeah.
Anything else on Tashi Toy Box that you guys want to talk about?
There is another thing that popped up that didn't make the show notes, and that was there's another Funko Pop Walgreens exclusive that just showed up, and it's Clone Trooper Commander Cody.
Oh, nice.
So that one's really cool. He's one of my favorite.
Him and Rex.
Clone Troopers.
Yeah. Spoiler, though, he's definitely the one that follows the Emperor the most, because in Revenge of the Sith, he just gets the order, and he's like, okay, blast Obi-Wan, kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely not the strongest will.
But, I mean, there's a chip in them. Like, when that chip is triggered, their mind is pretty much, well, this is what we have to do now.
So how did Rex and those guys not become...
Yeah, how did they not...
I think they explained that in Rebels, that they were able to remove their chips.
Like Fives did, but before wasn't he
because
killed?
They were all with Fives when he was going crazy.
Yeah.
And they figured out what it was.
Fives is my favorite.
He was killed though, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But Fives was my personal favorite out of the Clone Troopers. I loved him. All right,
I liked Hard Case.
Yeah,
Hard Case is cool.
Hard Case is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it for Tachi Toy Box. So now we're just gonna go on to Gaming with Gamorreans. EA will go live demonstrating some Battlefront 2 gameplay on June 10th.
Yeah, that's part of, I think, E3 Play, I think.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited to see, if they bring in any new planets, like they did with Battlefront 1. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they come up with.
I think they're supposed to show off 4 new heroes.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. Are these 4 heroes going to be Imperial people? Because this is from the Imperial side.
Well, we'll get right. It's for. Well, this is for the multiplayer.
Oh, for the
not
multiplayer.
so much for
the
story.
You can play
out
campaign. Yeah,
right.
Not the campaign. Okay.
This is more for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And in our next little topic, we'll get to see, I think, 3 of them, or maybe just 2, on the murals that were done for EA or for E3 coming up. But they're all supposed to have like a new ship that you can fly, and some more planets and stuff.
They're going to be space battles?
I don't know.
I hope so.
That would be cool.
That was what the first Battlefront game was lacking. There was no space battles.
No space fights, just on the ground.
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest complaints.
I mean, there's aerial fighting
yeah.
But it's all.
But there's no awesome like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, the one that came out for the original Xbox, where you have 2 ships and they're facing each other, and you get in your ship in the hangar and you go out and you try to destroy the other person's ship, and that was the whole game mode, and it was really fun and really like innovative.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I hope that they bring that back for this Battlefront, because that was one of my favorite game modes.
Yeah,
I think it's called Conquest, I think was the name of that game mode. So next we have some murals that have been unveiled of Battlefront 2. So let's go over there and get in there.
Yeah,
they're
those
there.
things are huge. They're on the
So
side of buildings.
Yeah, they're on the side. They're huge.
We got Rey. We got the main character. And then we have Darth Maul over there.
That's cool. Darth Maul. Jordan will be happy. Our sister, she loves Darth Maul.
Yeah,
That's one of her favorite characters.
This is just the trailer. Is that it?
Yeah, just those 3 murals that they
Murals.
put up on the sides of those
So that's
buildings.
cool. You get to play as Rey, which would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
is that going to be Rey just with their staff then?
Looks like she's got a lightsaber in that picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you get to see her.
Double bladed?
Because I guess she did wield the lightsaber
like,
at the end of
she
the
did.
Force
What's up with
Awakens,
her
so-
holding it like this? Unless it's double bladed.
No, that might just be a.
Yeah, I guess,
a
man. Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
A low parry.
Little parry.
Foreshadowing, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
But those murals look really cool. I'd love to
I mean,
get a
you,
hold of one.
yeah, you
I
could.
don't know where I'd put
I
it.
mean, either how many stories is that? Like 10 stories or more?
A dozen, at
Dozens,
least.
12-story murals that they put on the side of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hotel, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's by a car wash. But you could play as Darth Maul in Battlefront 2, the first one.
In the Battlefront 1?
No, the first series
Yeah.
of Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2. These are just Battlefront 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2, you could play as Darth Maul. You could also play as the Emperor, General Grievous, Yoda. There was a lot of characters that you could play as in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, so that basically wraps up all of our main segments. Only 11 minutes in.
Right.
Hey,
So-
that's all right.
It's a short week. I mean,
We better...
There wasn't a lot going on in the Star Wars universe.
Luckily, the extra chatter that we have for today will bring out a lot of discussion in us, definitely. So we'll start off with Jay's questions. So why don't you just read them off?
Tell them what the premise of this
Okay,
is.
yeah. Tell them what.
Yeah,
the
the premise is we each came up with 3 questions for each other, sort of just relating to the Star Wars universe, and they're all going to be a lot different topics brought up in these questions. So we'll just go ahead and get to them. My first question is, what is your all-time favorite moment or scene from the Star Wars movies or cartoons?
Okay,
Man,
should we
that's a
just
lot
start down
now,
the line?
I think we're going to start over there.
Okay.
We'll start with Jay since he brought up the question.
Yes.
All right,
What
so-
is yours?
Since let me have time to think about this.
Yeah.
Now,
what do you think?
my all-time favorite moment from... I'm just going to pick one from the cartoons and one from the movies. So
Okay.
All right.
my all-time favorite moment from the cartoons is when Ahsoka leaves. That whole Ahsoka story from where she's getting set up and is kicked out of the Jedi to where she is wanted back by the Jedi and then she decides to leave. That whole
story,
arc right there
little story arc within the whole cartoon.
is one of my most favorite moments in all of Clone Wars. It is my most favorite moment in all of Clone Wars. And it's just emotional. Like, I tear up every time she walks away on outside, when she tells Anakin, nope, I can't go back.
Yeah.
It tears me up. So that's my favorite moment from then. My favorite moment from the movies, it's a lot tougher. Man, I think I like the moment that Luke Skywalker, he witnesses, he doesn't witness, but he goes back and he finds out his uncle and aunt are dead in A New Hope, and he just makes that decision, like, I want to be a Jedi like my father before me, and he has that whole little speech, there's nothing left for me here now.
Yeah.
Just that moment for just a huge turning point in his life.
Yeah,
So-
definitely is a turning point in his life.
That's probably my favorite moment from the movies. It's also an emotional moment,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so for me, I say for the cartoons, one of my favorite scenes in that one is the 6th season of Clone Wars, where Senator Amidala goes to the banking clan, and there's some shady stuff going on in the banking clan. Her and Clovis have to figure it out, and at the end, they're escaping with Anakin because there's some, they get arrested for what they're doing, and he has to escort them back, and their ship gets knocked down by friggin' Imbo, one of the
The bounty hunters.
The bounty hunters, and he's chasing them down the side of the snowy mountain on his helmet, and he's like using it like a snowboard, and he's flying down there, chasing them down, shooting at them. It's just a great scene, and then at the very end, they escape, and he has to stop, and he looks over, and his dog has his helmet. He hands him his helmet back like it's a frisbee.
Yeah, Imbo is a great character.
Imbo is one of the best bounty hunters ever.
He is so cool.
Yep.
I love his voice and like the way he talks and stuff. It's alien, language.
Garble, yeah.
But it's just the way it sounds is cool. The sound effect for that was really cool.
And then in the movies, one of my favorite scenes is probably the Hoth battle scene. I like that whole. I like the action part of it. I like the AT-ATs. They're just really cool looking, and there's just the whole battle part of that movie.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of Empire Strikes Back is just that opening.
The opening with the Hoth battle scene.
Just from the very opening
up to that battle. Yeah.
Up to where Luke where they pretty much split off, after the battle's been over and all the transports get away and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alan, you're up.
So my favorite moment from the cartoons doesn't come from any of the TV shows, but instead comes from Star Wars Clone Wars, which was made back in 2005. This whole series, it's a mini series. If you guys haven't heard of it, definitely look it up. It's one of my favorite Star Wars anything. But there is so many great moments in this miniseries, and probably my favorite one, it'd have to be a tie between the first fight between Anakin and Asajj Ventress, because that whole fight in the rain is just amazing. And I like how you think that she dies at the end of that, but she comes back in the Clone Wars to kick more butt, and I love her. And Ventress has always been one of my favorite villains. And it has to tie with Obi-Wan fighting. I don't know his name, but he's that bounty hunter. He's the guy in full metal armor, and he's big and bulky, and it actually turns out that he's this alien that's just filled, basically made out of worms. And that whole fight scene is awesome. Actually, it's a three-way tie. Third one is the first reveal of General Grievous in this series. Is when you see all the... it's this group of Jedi, and they're all kind of... they hear him coming, and they all slowly back up into this wreckage of the ship, and he's actually on the ceiling, and he slowly lowers down, and you just see his arms come out of his cloak, and he just drops down and just starts taking all of them on at once. He's taking on 5 Jedi at once, and he puts one in a coma state, kills the rest, and then one survives, and it is one of the best scenes. Probably from the movies.
That's tough because there's so many great moments.
So many
Even
good
in the
moments.
prequels, there's great moments.
Yeah. I think for me, probably, is the reuniting of Han Solo and Princess Leia in Force Awakens. I love that scene so much. And I love the scene where, she's telling him to bring him back, bring Kylo back.
Yeah.
And that final hug that they have is just such a powerful moment. And also from that movie, when Han, spoiler, dies, and you see Leia feels it.
Yeah.
And she has to, sit down afterwards.
Right.
And that whole, that was the moment that made tons of fanboys cry. So, yeah, those are probably my favorite moments from...
All right, let's get on to question 2.
Yeah.
Of my questions.
Yep.
What is your favorite vehicle / ship in the Star Wars galaxy? So it could be from any of the movies, any of the cartoons, anything. Man, that's tough.
It's not Slave 1 for you?
Slave 1 is up there. I mean, it could be
the street lamp.
It's in the top. It's in the top 3. I really love the B series fighters.
Oh, the B-wing.
The B-wings. For some reason, that shape and that it doesn't look like it should
be able to fly.
Yeah.
So it's space though. You don't really need wings. No. I guess they do come into gravity, or into the atmosphere of planets. So,
but it's
it makes more difference if
it's a unique ship and it's completely Star Wars. It's like when I see that ship, it's like, yep, yeah, that's Star Wars universe. It's sort of like. Like Slave 1. But Slave 1, there's only really one of those that you know of. Mm-hmm. You don't see...
Jango Fett has a different one.
I think Boba Fett takes that one.
Well, then there's a different one from somewhere else, because I swear in the Clone Wars, the Clone Wars cartoon, there's more than one. Because one gets blown up. The one that they're flying gets... Oh, maybe Hondo repairs it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
To make this more interesting, let's do our favorite ships and ground vehicles. Both. Yeah. So what's your favorite ship?
Aerial?
Yeah. And what's your favorite
Now, could a land speeder be considered a...
Yeah.
It's only a land vehicle.
Land speeder, or even like the biker scout bikes. Those are cool.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to go with the snow speeder. Yeah. That design is just one of the coolest designs. I mean, it's just designed
it flies,
to go...
but it can't go into space.
No, it's just it's a light, armored... Not very powerful weapons. That's why they have to use the tow cables, because those guns just aren't powerful enough to
take down that.
Like, you can obviously see that the X-Wings are, because they do in Rogue One.
They take out those AT-ATs.
Yep. So I'd have to say they have the snow speeder as far as like an interplanetary or not interplanetary, like a within gravity type or atmosphere of a planet ship. That would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, Down, you want to go, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Well,
we'll go in this order, Jay, Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Millennium Falcon's probably my favorite ship.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. The hamburger.
What a piece of junk.
Yeah.
It's
got to where it counts, kid.
Made a lot of modifications myself.
So Millennium Falcon, hands down, my favorite spaceship. For the ground vehicles, I'm going to go with the AT-AT. They're just big, cumbersome, and just destructive. Yep, yeah. just like them. I love the AT-AT driver, the way they look. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite costumes.
Okay, so for me, it has to be kind of a little bit of a tie. Both of them are Old Republic, ships. So one is the Hammerhead convoys. I love
Corvette.
Yeah, Corvette.
Like they use in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Love those ships, and they actually used to be old before they were used to bash the Star Destroyers into each other. They were used they were used by the Republic to carry soldiers. And they were kind of boarding ships as well. They could get onto an enemy ship and they would board the other enemy ships, and they would just take over the enemy ship. So I love those ships. They have a very unique design. I love they look like a hammerhead shark, just sideways. Yeah, right. And I love that. And then the other one has to be probably the Ebon Hawk. It is the ship of Revan. Love that ship, and I think one of the reasons is very nostalgic for me, as the Millennium Falcon is for you, because I grew up playing Knights of the Old Republic, and I lived in that ship. That was my second home, was the Ebon Hawk, and I love that ship so much. It's got similarities to the Millennium Falcon, but differences, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. And then for land vehicles, probably chicken walkers. I like chicken walkers a lot.
ATST?
I love those too.
I like those ones.
As you can tell, Dylan's not very decisive. He has to pick like 40 things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I cannot pick.
It's hard to narrow.
It is hard to narrow stuff down. I mean, because I also like the biker scouts. I like the bikes.
I love the Cloud City pods. I mean, I love TIE fighters. I mean, I love all of them.
I like
it's hard to narrow it down to just one.
Superstar Destroyer.
Well, no, I was
Darth
thinking
Vader's Superstar Destroyer is awesome.
Padme's awesome, like World War
I
One.
love that thing.
World War One ship.
That's in the second movie.
Yeah, Naboo
Attack of the
ships.
Clones? Or no,
Yeah.
Also,
Attack of the
Revenge of
Clones.
the Sith.
Yeah, it's also
and Revenge of the Sith. I just like the way it sounds and the way it looks. It just looks like like a World War II bomber.
Yeah.
Just really sleeked out and all.
Yeah, so it's got that nice like sleek shape, and then that cockpit that just comes up in the
that's
center
a
of
cool
it.
ship.
Yeah,
That's
probably my
And
favorite
just
ship
chrome.
from the prequels.
Yeah.
Is my favorite ship.
Yeah,
and just all chromed out.
Not the first one in the first movie. That one that looks more like a bullet or whatever. I don't even...
No, not the bullet one. The one that's got the more.
It looks like a World War II bomber, but it's all smoothed out. And
Ryan and I always talked about this where we were watching the prequels, but that ship that Obi-Wan drives, how much of a handicap is it that you need a ring to jump into hyperspace?
Right? I mean, the TIE Fighter would have to use something similar because they don't have any hyperdrive capabilities either.
Yeah, I guess
They're
like
just short-range fighters.
Yeah, single ship. Single passenger.
Yeah, even like the X-wing fighter doesn't have that capability either.
Yeah,
it does. Because Luke jumped to go to.
They can go to light speed.
Yep. So
I guess just advancements in technology over
they have
the
light
times.
speed capabilities, but it's more of a. It's a larger class ship for more higher scale battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's your third question?
All right, third question. Could Leia suffer a significant amount of damage in Episode 8, this upcoming, Last Jedi, and continue on in Episode 9 with a different actress portraying Leia, but inside of a suit similar to that of Vader or the Bausch disguise that she has to use to live or to stay alive? It's basically sustaining her life. The suit is and the mask.
So kind of going the way of her father.
Right.
He had to have the mask on to survive.
Could something like that happen, and would that make the fans
really satisfied?
Put them at ease about it?
Yeah,
put them at ease or upset them. One of the two.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a very interesting question because that's a way you could keep the character going without really taking Carrie Fisher and just setting her aside and recasting and having a whole new actress.
Right, because
start to portray her.
Sure, there would be a new actress, right?
Or CGI.
There'd be a new actress in the character, but at the end of Episode 8, she was put into this suit and helmet.
Could you imagine,
No, she's not going to stand up and go.
No, I was thinking more of the.
I mean, there could be a little breathing thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more like the Bausch disguise, where it's like that.
Yeah.
There's that little.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, I mean, it's an interesting question.
It's
very interesting.
Interesting idea to do.
Because I don't think she's gonna get up.
Who's
right? That'd be absolutely horrible.
Who's the director of this?
Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson. Man, maybe you should pitch it to him. See if he'll.
Because it wouldn't be difficult to add in
at the very end. No,
because you could actually CG her laying on or inside of a bacta tank where you don't really see her.
Yeah.
You just see the silhouette.
Like in Rogue One, Anakin is in that bacta tank where Vader is, but you don't really see him.
Yeah.
You just kind of see a silhouette that there's a person in there, but you don't. They don't ever reveal that it's Vader until Vader comes walking out.
Yeah. I wonder what her suit would look like.
I mean, it would be an interesting way to go with
it.
Yeah.
To continue the character, yeah. I mean, you just have to shoot something towards the end of the movie where something like that happens. It's a
right. Yeah, either she gets shot or cut,
or even just like a I don't know. Yeah, you'd have to figure out a way to make it, try to splice it into the movie to make it make sense.
Right. Yeah, it'd have to make sense with the movie, but something like that may just be the answer instead of just seeing Leia disappear and not really know
or having her die, which
get
would
any
really
closure,
suck.
Right?
And then the other option, would be to recast, which would be hard to swallow
to accept anybody else as Leia.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just something I thought of.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Should I go with my 3 questions now?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, question number 1. The Knights of Ren. How many of them are there? Don't go with the, oh, we saw the flash. That doesn't mean that's all of them that you saw in the flash forward. In Force Awakens.
The Force flashback.
Yeah, just because you saw that doesn't mean that's how many there are. So how many Knights of Ren are there? What kind of species or race, and what genders would you like to see them be in these movies that are coming up?
I'm gonna go with a healthy number on how many there could be, and I'm gonna say 7, including Ren.
Including Ren, so it'd be like the almost Magnificent Seven, but not
yeah. I would say
plus
7.
The leader,
Right?
7 plus the leader.
I was gonna say 12, but I'm like, that's a bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's a little over the top.
But I think 7 is a good, healthy number.
And what kind of races or species?
I hope they're not just like all human. That'd be boring. You know, like maybe get some droids in there.
Yeah, you could even have
get a droid in there. Get a just
both male and female.
Yeah, both male and female. Good, balance. And who knows? Maybe one under their mask, one is like a Trandoshan, but like Bosk. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And like each of their gloves, you can kind of tell their race by their gloves. Maybe like one has like 3 fingers in their glove instead of 5. I don't know. It would be nice to see kind of a mixed variety in the Knights of Ren.
I think we'll definitely see a female.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we'll see any droids. I just don't know what the
criteria.
Knights of Ren, what their criteria is, what they stand for. Do you have to be like Force sensitive? Don't you need to be? Do you not need to be Force sensitive? Do you just have to be a good warrior? What's their criteria for becoming a Knight of Ren? So, to me, I would think that there wouldn't be any droids, but you never know. I mean, they're droid bounty hunters, and they're plenty effective.
IG-88.
Right?
Forloom. Pointing at my shirt. I have my bounty hunter shirt on.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's other droids that have been bounty hunters as well, so besides the 2 most popular ones. But I think there'll probably be like a Mandalorian, possibly.
Yeah.
Or, somebody like that. But I think they'll also have different skills. Like, I think there'll probably be about 8 of them.
8? One more.
Maybe 8 including Ren.
Yeah.
So that'd be the same as Downs.
No, I'm
well, no, I said 9. 7 including Ren.
Okay, yeah. 7 including Ren. Okay.
Yeah, maybe 8 to 9, I'm guessing. And I think they all have a different skill set, so...
That does have a nice ring to it, 9 Knights of Ren.
So I think, Kylo is their leader, who is probably the strongest in the Force, has that going for him. And I think there'd be like a sharp... almost like the Magnificent Seven, where you kind of have,
You got the sharpshooter.
A whole bunch of different guys that,
one guy that carries a whole bunch of weapons, what's his name?
The sharpshooter and the heavy artillery guy.
The demolitions expert.
Yeah. Right, and just sort of have those guys, like the assassin versus, and
the stealth guy, or the ninja-like dude versus,
I could see it going something like that. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the 9 Knights of Ren, just like the 9 Nazguls in Lord of the Rings. So yeah,
How about you?
I was thinking maybe 6 or 7, so I'm right in that same general area as you guys. I would like to see what's Greedo's race? Rodian. I'd like to see maybe a Rodian in there. Maybe a female Rodian would be cool.
That would be cool.
A female Rodian. I'd like to see a lot of different. I'd like to see them almost all different races, and maybe a couple new ones that you never even seen before.
Hey,
something new.
Get one of the most
I don't think
underrated ones in my opinion. The Doros, the blue guys with the red eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, Cad Bane is a Doros.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have any
Ithorians.
The Ithorians, they're almost I don't know. Like they have that one kid that's a Jedi how does he not chop his head off whenever he uses his lightsaber? Because his head's way out here and his hands are way in here, way inside.
Gotta be careful.
He's got to only do sideways attacks.
My problem is how do you ever block somebody going right at your face? You can't unless you stick your lightsaber way out there in front of you. So that one makes... But it'd be cool if there was a Wookiee.
A Wookiee? Knights of Ren.
Knight of Ren that was a Wookiee.
Have a fight with
him and Chewbacca
go at it. Yeah.
With their bowcasters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or like just fisticuffs, or paw cuffs.
We'll see what they do. I'm just hoping it's not all humans.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be all I mean, they'll all be...
There might be a couple, but I want them all.
They'll all be bipeds, I think. I don't think there'll be any, like, Amanamans or...
Yeah.
Amanamans.
Have a womp rat. You don't want a womp rat Knights of Ren.
They're not intelligent enough.
Yeah.
Just like there won't be an Ewok.
No, I think that would be cool if, like, one of them had a pet.
Yeah, that'd be
like
cool.
Imbo had a pet.
Imbo has his dog. That dog's cool, man. He whoops some butt.
Yeah.
I mean, he helps him out so much.
Yeah, like maybe this...
Like when the Mandalorians come in to attack the Hutts, and he's like fighting, his dog's helping him fight.
Yeah, his dog plays
just punching in his... Darth Maul's just punching in his helmet. Bam, bam, bam. And then Imbo has to take off. His dog runs by and grabs the helmet up and takes off running after him.
See, now...
There's some great scenes in those cartoons.
With the Knights of Ren, I would love to see a comic series if they're going to develop them. I would love to see, like, a comic series... based on, along the Knights of Ren.
Like a comic book series.
Not just like a fiver, right?
No,
to see like a long
like a 20,
series.
Yeah,
25
issue.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Alright, what's your next question?
Next question.
Second question.
Who in the cartoon universe or in the comic book universe would you like to see brought to the big screen? So from television, so basically, you got Rebels, you got Clone Wars, and then you got the comic books.
And Clone Wars 2005.
Yeah. Which one would you like to... your top 3 characters you'd like to see brought into the Star Wars universe on the big screen? I know one that Jay's going to say. He's going to say Ahsoka Tano. So
actually, you would think I would, but I think she plays better in the cartoon world.
Yeah.
I was totally wrong. I thought for sure. That's why I made you do 3 instead of 1, because I figured that'd be the one person you pick, and then that's just obvious.
I love seeing Shakti in the original. And
she was in the movie.
She's in the background.
I know, but she's like a very background character, and I just don't know that. I mean, I love the Togruta, and that whole race is probably one of my favorites. So I know it's already answering another question that's coming up later.
I was gonna say, does Netflix count as big screen?
No.
Okay, dang it. Because I was like, I would love a Netflix original solo Asajj Ventress show.
Well, how about Asajj Ventress coming in somewhere into a movie? I mean, you don't have to keep going further out. How come you can't come back and do
there's plenty of stories to tell between during the Clone Wars?
That don't even have to do with the main story arc. Something that's totally different.
Okay. I'd like to see.
She's one of mine. I would love to see Ventress.
Well, yeah. I mean, just the Night Sisters themselves.
Yeah.
Would be cool. Would be maybe one of my choices from Clone Wars. I would love to see Sabine. Actually,
that's one of mine too.
Would be a good one from Rebels.
From Rebels.
I think her character would translate well to the big screen. Another one probably be. I'd love to see Cad Bane in the. Actually...
Yeah, that's like me, would be Imbo. I'd love to see Imbo, even if he's just they just bring him in for a little small piece in the Han Solo.
Right. Cad Bane could just show up for 5 seconds in the Han Solo movie. I'll be like, that is sweet. As long as he talks.
As long as, because I love his voice. Whoever does that voice acting, great. Yeah. Does a great job.
It's funny because all of mine are mostly bounty hunters, so I would love to see Aura Singh.
More Aura Singh.
She's seen her briefly.
Phantom Menace. She's watching the pod race.
But an actual, where she talks and actually does something.
Yeah. I would love to see her. One of my favorite bounty hunters, Imbo. Is another one that I would love to see. And, of course, Cad Bane. I would love to see just those 3.
I'd also like to see Barriss.
Yeah. Barriss would be really cool. She's one of my favorite Jedis. And,
and that goes bad.
Yeah, she goes to the dark side.
Yeah, she's a cool character.
She is. She really is.
I'd definitely like to see Ventress. I'd definitely like to see Imbo. From the Rebels, I'm with Jay. Sabine. Sabine's probably the one that can translate the best over into the big screen.
And has the most, background story that you're not 100% sure of, has more of a story to tell. I think
a little more mystery of exactly who she is.
Right, because if she just goes back to being a Mandalorian, maybe eventually a bounty hunter, I could see her being in the Han Solo movie as a bounty hunter.
I could see Hera being, somewhere in a big screen.
Well, we'll see if all these people survive in the Rebels cartoon, though.
Right.
Yeah, true. Well, we know Hera does.
Right. Like Zeb, I don't think he would translate well to the big screen.
I don't think so.
I like him in Rebels, and I think...
Yeah.
We've already seen Chopper, so
we've seen Chopper. So.
I'm pretty sure Hera survives, because she's got to be in Rogue One. Though, we don't know if she survived the fight over...
Right. Over Scarif.
Over Scarif, so... Yeah. Who knows?
Okay, third question. Do you think Star Wars is going to go the way of Marvel in its constantly redoing the same characters like Spider-Man? I understand it's like two different companies now, but this is the third version of Spider-Man that's coming up. And I foresee Marvel eventually redoing an Iron Man, and I see them redoing Captain America once those guys are, maybe not right now, but 10, maybe 15 years down the road. So do you see Star Wars kind of going that same way where they might come back and remake A New Hope? Or they might remake Empire Strikes Back?
Man, I know I said I think they might eventually. I don't think they will.
I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you can.
I think the reason why you can in the Marvel comic book world is because the comics themselves do it.
Yeah.
They have different Thors. Like there's a female Thor. They're going to have a new Iron Man that's going to be a female Iron Man.
Iron
Captain
Captain
America. It's still called Iron Man.
No, well, her superhero name is Ironheart.
Ironheart, yes. But Captain America has been multiple people. It's been Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
It's been Bucky. It's been multiple people. So I think
it's been.
I think it's acceptable.
Wilson. Yeah, I just don't think you. I don't think you can because these movies. One thing about these movies is they stand the test of time. So why do you even need to? If you want to put Star Wars: A New Hope on the big screen again, just re-release it. People will go.
Right.
People will watch the snot out of it. It'll be one of the top movies of the year.
Put the theatrical release out on the big screen.
As long as it's a theatrical. If it's the theatrical release, which is even way better than the digitally remastered. They stand the test of time. I just don't think you can redo them. They're going to be like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. If they try to redo those, it'll be a major flop because those people that love those movies will not go watch
Especially if you do it without Peter Jackson.
Yeah, I just think there's some movies that are untouchable. And I think the Star Wars
especially the original three are definitely untouchable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
even think you can do the prequels again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can either.
The prequels are
now
still
without changing everything.
Yeah.
So, okay. Those are my three questions.
Because, people are going to go to the movies and be like, well, even like at the prequels, they're going to be like, that's not Hayden Christensen.
Well, they're just going to be like, that's not how it happened.
Yeah, that's not how it happened. Right.
It's almost been it's been set in stone of you can't change it at all. It'd have to be the exact same.
It's like trying to remake the wheel.
Especially the original. It'd have to be the same dialogue, the same looking costumes, the same looking everything. Why would you even redo it?
Right. Yeah, like when you can just pop in a DVD
and watch it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if they want to re-release those movies, just put them back out there in the theater every 10 years. People will go and watch it. I guarantee you. I will go. I'll pay my money and go watch it on the big screen.
And also, I don't think they could do remakes because the galaxy of Star Wars is so rich that
there's no need to. There's so many stories that you
ideas that you can do.
There's so many stories you can tell without ever having to touch those movies.
Yep.
And have great movies.
Yeah. And you're gonna have,
It's not a franchise that will ever need to be rebooted.
No.
Because it went awry. Even if they screw up episode 8, they can fix it in episode 9.
Yep, exactly.
And rewrite the shit. And then just that easy.
Yeah, and then the movies that splinter off from those, like you're going to have the Solo movie, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. And they would be dumb and stupid not to eventually make a Bounty Hunters movie.
Oh, yeah.
People will go and watch them. I mean, they're going to make you tons of money. There's no need to go back and remake stuff.
No.
Because there's so many storylines that you can do.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody said Grand Admiral Thrawn is a guy they'd like to see brought back. Going back to a different question.
Right into the...
I don't see him.
I don't see him as fitting in the...
He's just a better cartoon, huh?
Yeah,
like Ahsoka Tano.
He's better in the books and in the cartoons.
Sorry, I went back to a
okay.
His story arc just needs to be like more drawn out and more told at a slower pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's so calculating.
I mean, that's one thing that the Clone Wars definitely did for Ahsoka Tano. You build up a character, but it's over years.
And I've seen so much of because I've read, I'm reading the Ahsoka novel. And so I'm getting a whole lot more of her story between when she left the Jedi Order and Rebels.
Oh, yeah.
So that's filling in that gap for me. There's just not much more story, I don't think, to tell.
Unless you did that section right there.
Or unless it's after Rebels and she actually survived the fight with Vader. Then maybe that would be
let's let Dallin get to his questions here.
Okay, so my first question is, out of all the planets that we get to see in the cartoons and in the, movies, which planet would you want to live on, and what's your favorite planet? So two questions. There's two questions
there, because my favorite planet is probably Hoth. Even though I definitely wouldn't want to live there, but Hoth, that's just an ice ball, but the Wampas, it's the Tauntauns. There's some interesting creatures that live on this planet.
They can survive there.
Yeah, they can survive there, and it'd just be an interesting place to
visit.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to the North Pole or the Arctic Circle, or I guess that's the same thing. Yeah. Or Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's just to see the penguins.
Penguins and the polar bears.
Yeah, polar bears are Arctic Circle, polar bears, and Antarctic penguins. But yeah, Hoth. But to live on. Give me a palace out there on the lakes somewhere on the planet Naboo. Right. I'll live in one of those palaces.
As long as Padme and Anakin don't come swimming across the lake to my palace, I'm good.
Oh, you want to live in the lake country? You could just go to the lake country in Naboo.
Paulo, whatever his name is.
Okay, we already did that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Like I said, there's two different questions there. My favorite planet is probably Coruscant, just because of it's just a huge city across the entire planet. I wouldn't want to live there, but I think it's just like the idea of it just being
cool it'd be cool to visit.
Oh yeah,
and just on all the different levels and.
Yeah, especially the cartoon and the Clone Wars, you definitely get the more sense of the levels,
right?
Like subterranean all the way down,
right? And the deeper you go, the
more just seedy it gets.
Right. The more, the people are less paid, they're they don't live very good lives down there.
Yeah, the poverty, the people that are in more poverty are down at the bottom.
Right, it's just in New York City, it's people in poverty live on the streets, and people who are rich live in the heights.
Yep, up in the skyscrapers.
Yeah.
So, as far as living, I don't know if you could be indoor. That place would be sweet to live.
Indoor?
Yeah, just having a treehouse like Swiss Family Robinson.
The forced moon of indoor.
Yeah. Or even Yavin. Yavin's a tropical looking planet. It's got some cool history with those old ruins and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool place to live as well.
I'm surprised you didn't say Tatooine, where you could, even though it's nothing but a desert, just so you could have the
homestead.
House. The homestead.
I love the Lars homestead.
If I could build that in real life, it'd be pretty sweet. I would build it.
Yeah.
Okay, Down. Where would you to visit, and where would you like to live?
So my favorite one my favorite planet by far is Camino.
Just nothing but an ocean.
Love that planet. I love the spires and the places that the Kaminoans live in, and the place where the clones are made, with all the different platforms that the ships land down on, and it
is a pretty cool visual when you first see where the clone army is built or bred.
Yeah, and the awesome sea creatures down below in the ocean.
Oh, I bet you that'd be an interesting place to do some diving.
Oh yeah.
Go get in your little submarine and just venture around just to see the wildlife.
Yeah, and also I love the rain, so
I like the rain.
Yeah, I love rain, and I love the indoors though. Yeah, pure white. It reminds me a lot of Tantive 4. the
inside of the
very
buildings.
just white and very clean and
it's kind of a hospital-ish environment.
So yeah, I love Kamino. Wouldn't want to live there, but I love it, and I would love to visit it. Live Mandalore before it went to crap. I would love to visit because I love just the idea of Mandalore when Satine was in power.
Just big giant friggin' domes, and then you come inside, and then all the buildings are like hanging from the ceilings, and some of them are coming up from the ground.
Yeah, and it's just like this.
It's almost like a half a biosphere kind of thing.
Yeah. I love the architecture of Mandalore.
Or a Dyson sphere.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey man, as long as nobody poisons my tea, I'm good, you know? Like, and I would love to live there as long as the Death Watch aren't around. So,
Utapau would be kind of cool too. Where the banking clan is, where it's just like that huge pit, you know.
Yeah,
but
the
it's
huge
whole different layers.
I liked Alderaan. When you
got to see Alderaan, and
it's a lot. It looks like it's like mountainous, a lot of snow,
like the northern part of Italy.
If you like skiing, man, I'm sure that'd be a great place to live.
Italy looks like
before
Austria.
It got blown up.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to live on the particles. Float out in space.
Yeah, you'd want to move before the Death Star comes.
Yeah. And probably move out before it comes. Just enjoy your time there.
I know places I wouldn't want to go. Mustafar.
Oh yeah, Mustafar. Mustafar is one of my favorite planets to look at.
I'd like to go to Dagobah.
Dagobah.
It's just a swamp, but there's a lot of wildlife and things to see.
Yeah.
You definitely wouldn't want to live on an asteroid inside of...
Bespin would be cool.
Living
in the clouds.
You wouldn't want to live on an asteroid inside one of those worm things.
Bespin would be cool. That'd be a cool place to live, like, amongst the clouds.
Cloud City.
You know, like Tatooine, I would love to go visit, just to go to Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Or the cantina.
Mos Eisley.
Yeah, Mos Eisley. So yeah, great planets. I love the planets. And
they are great planets.
Oh, no, Felucia. It's the one with the big praying mantis with the bubbles with the flowers on top of them. I love those ones.
And Kashyyyk, of course.
Yeah, Kashyyyk.
I'd like to see, maybe in this next movie, a little bit more planet development, because that's one thing The Force Awakens had, but it was Jakku, which is basically Tatooine. And it was very similar.
Yeah, it's even worse than Tatooine.
But after that, only other places you really went was Maz's palace, and I guess you went where Luke was out there on the
Octo.
Maz's palace looks like an awesome place to hang out.
Oh yeah. But then there was the planet. There was a planet killer, and then where the rebels were. But you didn't really see much.
Right. I just love I love Rey's reaction to going to the planet where.
Oh, the water. Like, I've never seen so much green.
Yeah, I didn't know there was this much green in the whole universe.
Yeah.
Or the whole galaxy, or whatever she says.
Okay, so my second question is, what is your favorite race species in the entire galaxy?
I like the Togruta. I just like the way their colors and their... their tendrils and stuff. Mm-hmm. How it sort of forms that shape on their head, and they're my favorite. That's why I gravitate towards
Ahsoka and Shakti.
And Shakti, I think, yeah.
I love their jewelry too.
Right.
Like they're very pretty.
Yes, they're
race.
Really cool. Of course,
I forget what their names are, but I like Kit Fisto's race too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name of his one is.
There's a lot of fish people in Star Wars, I noticed.
There's a lot of underwater.
Yeah.
The Kamino ones are cool too. Their long necks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, that's a tough question. There's a lot of cool, different...
You guys all know.
I like... you know what? One of my favorite races, I like the Hutts.
The Hutts?
They're ugly as sin, but they're just a crime family. They got a very interesting dynamic. It seems like every last one of them is a freaking gangster.
Yeah.
And apparently...
that's what they do.
In Legends, they're actually, what is it? The thing where they can they're like frogs where they can randomly change their gender. If there's no,
females?
If there's no females.
There's females, if there's no males, they can...
They're like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, apparently in Legends, in one of the books, they explain that. Which I
like the I mean, they're ugly as all get out, but I like the Hutts. I just like they can't be. You can't use Jedi mind tricks on them. It doesn't work.
Right. Mm-hmm. They're very strong-minded.
Yeah, everybody's afraid of them.
Yep. So you already know what my favorite race is.
The Jawa.
Yep, the Jawas. Love the Jawas, and I think the reason why I love the Jawas is that there's a lot known about them and so much not known about them.
Yeah.
Like, why do they love technology so much that they're just, like, going out there, scrapping up droids and rebuilding them and refitting them? Like, why do they do that? What is their purpose?
Besides making money?
Yeah.
Besides making living? I mean, I don't know.
You know,
like,
and, you know, like, how many, like, what's actually inside that sand crawler? I want to see, you know.
Yeah, I always wonder, are Jawas just native to Tatooine, or are they all over the world?
I think they're native to Tatooine only, just like the Sand People are native to Tatooine.
Yeah, and that's another race that I absolutely love, the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, Tusken Raiders are
Especially cool. The female designs of Tusken Raiders are just awesome. Like, I love their big, like, silver kind of, like, crowns.
Right.
Yeah, and, like, I love them. So, my final question, is, out of all the professions that you could be in the entire galaxy, what would you want to be?
So I can be a Sith Lord, or I could be a
Jedi or a bounty hunter, a smuggler.
Bounty hunter, I could be a smuggler.
Or just a regular trooper, if you want to get killed.
I'd go bounty hunter.
Go bounty hunter?
I think it would just be the most...
You guys are going to be surprised.
The most fun profession to have. You only are concerned about yourself, so you can be selfish in that way, and you don't have... you only depend on yourself, and, whoever's paying you the most, that's the job you do. You don't have, you don't let morals get in the way or anything like that. You just
do the job.
But there could be, a lot of danger involved and a lot of, adventure. Yeah. And going to different places in the galaxy. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Tracking people.
I think I'd like to be like Hondo. I'd like to be a pirate.
Arr!
Go around and friggin' attack other ships, take their stuff, and leave.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun job.
I wouldn't mind being Hondo, the pirate.
So you're telling me we all want to be in the crime world? Because I want to be a Hutt. So I'll hire you. I'll hire both of you.
What's that say about our characters?
Because I personally
Not
always
everybody wants to be the opposite of what they are.
Everyone wants to be the king of the galaxy. But yeah, I would love to be
I don't want to rule anything. I don't want to make any decisions like that. I want somebody to tell me what to do, pay me a lot of money to do it.
Go and do it.
Now I just want to be rich and sit and just tell people what to do and just be like, go kill this person. I don't like him.
I just like to. I'm more. Hey, we'll just sit back and have fun all the time, and then when we need to, we can go out there and pillage and plunder and take what we need and come back and sit around and have fun.
We got someone who likes control, someone who likes to be kind of led, and then someone who doesn't like, who just is a complete freelancer.
Just do whatever. Do whatever I want, whenever I want. And if I don't need to do it, we can just sit back and have some fun with my buddies at our own little hideout base.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I think we can make some business here. Okay, so I hope that you all enjoyed our 7th installment in Red 2 Chatter. I'm doing too many podcasts. I'm getting names mixed up now. So I hope that you all enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you? Go.
You can find me on Twitter at jaybird51 and on Instagram at jwilsonbydesign. And also check out our Facebook page, Red 2 Chatter.
Yes.
Yep. You can find me here on this podcast, and that's about it.
And you can find me on YouTube as well. I have a channel called Major Glitterix. That is Glitterix with Major at the front. I'm getting good at spelling that. And I do gameplay videos, walkthroughs with commentary, and stuff like that. Right now I'm going through Persona 5. I'm barely scratching the surface of that game because it's a 100-hour game, but I'm loving it. So, yeah, I hope that you guys all enjoyed, though. And
we also, hopefully, sometime in the future, will be doing video instead of just audio.
Yeah.
But we've got to think of, we're thinking of ideas for a set and how we're going to do it all.
Ryan and I...
Hopefully within the near future, maybe by episode 15, and that gives us 8 more.
8 more weeks. That gives us 2 months to try to figure this out.
So. I was joking with Ryan that Jay might be the only one to show his face.
I'll just wear a hat.
Yeah. I was wanting to get my Jawa. I was wanting to get my Jawa cosplay done, so like every section, you
just get a Jawa.
I'm just the Jawa, but you know, we'll show our face.
Right. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment.
Also, I forgot to mention this. We have another podcast that I do with my sister, and Jay comes in to say a few words every once in a while. Ryan will eventually
be a lot of words.
A lot of words.
Our last one went almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Holy cow.
And we do movie reviews. It's called Spiels to Reels. We basically do pop culture everything. Games, movies, books, TV shows. Anything you can think of, really. As long as it's nerdy, we're on it. So yeah, and
our sister will be coming on here to do her review of the Thrawn book that she's reading.
She's reading the Thrawn novel, so she'll be on in the next couple weeks to give a review on that.
Yep, she's almost done.
She's the only one that's read it, right? Out of all of us,
right? Okay, she's the one that reads fast enough to
to
give a review.
Yep.
Like I've been reading Ahsoka for a month now. It takes me forever. I just don't have the time to read. I need to get the Audible.
On that depressing note. we sign off, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you all next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Got the shot all right, too.